Just not study.
The wedding.
Yeah.
Her.
We start our interview with the wedding. See, this tablet is. See what I did to it last week. Like this is high def. Like it's not responsive as well. Sometimes it'll respond. Sometimes it doesn't. Let's do the interview bit. I'll
As a
cut that out.
nerd now. Okay, sorry. Snapchat.
She's a woman. She's a busy woman.
I gotta keep my snaps, you know.
You just promoted Snapchat. Like they owe you a check. Literally. But anyways, we were discussing first half of the interview. We're discussing where her music, she sees her music, what she wants her music to be.
In 3, 5 years. See, well, I want my, you know what? I want my music to be pretty much international. Obviously, I would same sound. You know, I definitely want to keep my sound, but I definitely would like to take it international. I'd like to go to different festivals. I was saying before that we did a show last night. It was a great show. It was called the Conscious Soul Experience. It was the first one of its, you know, the first one of its kind that I co-hosted with my co-host for the radio show, Otenero. And we had a great band called the Encore Band, 8-piece band. I'm talking about saxophones, trumpets, trombones, drums. I mean, the drums, the bongos, everything. It was so amazing. The singers. I mean, it was so great. And you know, we've of course been talking about doing a lot more stuff with them. I definitely would love to, you know, get a band. And you know, I just had a lot of opportunities as of recent that we've definitely been talking about doing some other things. And you know, some people who are looking to just even rebranding. I don't want to say rebranding gospel, but getting churches and people together and not it just being a gospel concert. So, you know, just definitely talking about some different, you know, different other ideas in that sense. But that's why, hence I said, it's not really just about the music, it's also the platform. You know, I would like to, my idea is like really if I were to have a show, you know, let's just say my show's at like in the evening time.
If I were to have a show like
when
tonight,
I have a show, okay. When I have a show, that's like my own show. Like I'm able to produce this show and everything, you know, with the staff that I have chosen. I would, let's just say later on that day, let's just say the show starts at like, you know, doors open at 8, show starts at like 10 or something like that. I would do, let's just say a seminar or like a cipher, you know, whatever. I would do like a seminar for branding and stuff, you know, still working on all these things while I'm already there in that city, you know, even if it's like earlier on in that day, you know, and then maybe, right, like, so let's just say maybe the seminar is at like 12 or something, you know, and we do like a 12 to 2. And of course, like, because I do like, I used to use mission branding workshops and things, teaching people about blogging, building their social media presence, digital stuff. Really, a lot of times it would just be like, well, I would get people together and we'd sit around a table and I'd be like, all right, just whatever you need. You know, it almost kind of worked where it was like I would write a lesson plan, but a lot of times it would, like, I would just ask the people, what do you want to know? What do you need to know? What are you interested
like
in?
one-on-one type.
Right, and I would, well, but they'd all be together. So it's kind of like, if one person didn't really have a clue about something on Twitter, and you might not have thought about that, but you didn't know either, you know, I'd be able to give you guys all that same lesson at that same time. So, and it'd be a 2-hour type of scenario. So it would pretty much, I would do the same thing, and then after that, do like a hip hop town hall or something to bring the community together. And then that way also after that, you know, do the show and everything. So that way it's making more of an impact. Yeah. Also making more money as well too, but also just making more of an impact in those cities with what you're, you know, with what I'm doing. Exactly, because I just feel like that's where it needs to go now. You know, it's at the point where I feel like, especially in our generation now, especially as artists, like the social responsibility and that, like, it's very little to none. You know, you don't have to do something. It's like no one's making you do something. You don't have to do it, but at the same time, it's kind of like that's what sets you above the rest. You know, if you are someone that comes out here and you have your content and it's beneficial to the community and you're also providing other stuff. I mean, there's plenty of rappers, with no disrespect, that are gonna go out and hand out book bags and turkeys and stuff, but like, you need to give, I think that we need to, if we know and we have information that's going to help us in our longevity and building our business, that we should be able to share that.
Teach a man how to fish.
Yes.
We are working on something.
Teach a man how to build a fishing pole. and how to fish.
Ooh, okay, she went deeper than me. I just got outwitted by the way. No, we are working on something in South Africa too for urban connection, and then possibly maybe Zimbabwe, my original country.
Dope.
So, but the South Africa thing, they don't have any underground or open mics. It's like nothing.
Wow.
So hopefully you'll be in a commercial or something.
I would love that.
Hopefully, Tinashe, the guy working at Tinashe, this is to you, Miss Renee, maybe will help us out.
Yes.
But that is
yes.
awesome.
Let me know. I have my passport. I'm all ready to go.
Oh, you want to go?
Bags
Which
packed
brings
already.
us to our next question, Africa.
Yes.
You mentioned Ghana, the
Yes.
whole music scenario up there. You want to go. You really
I do.
want to.
I did.
Tell us.
I don't want to say I
about
did.
it.
I do. Even working with the Omen agency, I've always wanted to go to Africa. You know, and of course, Africa's a continent, so it's kind of like, okay, where in Africa do you want to go?
You will notice when you get there, it doesn't feel like a continent. It's the same thing.
Right. I mean,
It's-
yeah,
yeah,
it
it's-
seems like the
it's-
U.S.
yeah.
is like country, but
Yeah, you might need your passport to get over this river or this line, but really, Africa is.
right. That's
Same.
awesome. So.
Right, yes.
But yeah, so when researching, and of course, people saying, okay, where would you want to go? I was also looking for just places, with like dual citizenship and things like that. So of course, Ghana popped up on, I know, right?
Dual citizenship.
Ghana popped up on the map. Also because I noticed that their career-wise, even in their entertainment sector and their media sector, is growing. Or when I was looking at it, and I'm sure it still is. And I felt like that would be a great place for me also to do. Like I said, I can also focus on my music, but not giving up the other things that I want to do just in the community and just bringing other people together. So that was definitely a spot. Working with the Omen Agency, they have 2 different offices in Germany, in South Africa, in Johannesburg, South
You
Africa.
mentioned that.
So
That was
I-
out the interview, by the way. Remember that?
Yes,
You
yeah, it was
I'm
later
glad we
on.
were talking about it.
Later on. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to, of course, that was kind of like when I heard about that, I was like, I'm
So,
going there.
We're in Johannesburg, and they do pretty much the same thing you guys are doing up there.
Johannesburg has the same type of, I believe, the same type of location, almost like we have. I could be wrong. I believe Germany has it too, but I think they both have the same, pretty much kind of a setup.
Well, we're interested in the Johannesburg.
Right, Johannesburg. Luyanda, I believe. I can't remember his last name, but shout out to Luyanda. He's one of the Omen Agency agents that does a lot of the booking, and they bring a lot of different artists. They brought Rick Ross to South Africa for the first time. They recently brought, Future, Ray Shroomer, and I mean, a lot of our agents have been working, with bringing a lot of the top acts there. So, I just...
Well, and then no offense. I do bang to Rick Ross here. I do bang to... I'm still a guy.
Right.
And I'm growing up, I lived in Atlanta in the South, in America. I do like to hear. But to tell you the truth, Africa could utilize music. I don't have to say it in a code word or anything. I don't have to... Like, your people exposing the world to things like we do. I think we'll just be a better application or a better scene for Africa right now. I listen to Rick Ross. No offense if you was ever to watch this. I love your music. I really bump it in my car, but it sets this persona to where these African kids are, and they think that's it. Rick Ross is a businessman.
Right.
He doesn't really live that life he's singing.
Right.
He's actually probably got a family. On Sundays he's like working. He's got contracts to sign on Monday morning. There is an aspect that's not being shown, which brings us back to you. You actually are working on things like business, marketing yourself. The other things that you might just talking about.
Yeah.
So I hope
extracurriculars.
I hope I didn't come off the wrong way, but yeah, for Africa, I can speak for my continent, our continent, as well like people.
No, definitely though. I appreciate that, and I definitely would. I definitely want to go there. I remember watching The Real Housewives, and I don't really watch this often. But
they're making the Real Housewives of Nigeria, Atlanta, by the way.
Of
That's
course.
really sure. Anyways, moving on.
So I seen this. I was watching it, and you know what? I watched it because they were in Africa, and I remember them saying something about. They asked about some type of music, and they said, "What do you know about American music?" And they said R&B, R&B, and it was just like that was so cool that they actually said it because it shows that even here in this country, when everyone's saying like, okay, R&B is dead or whatever,
Yeah.
internationally, like they still want this.
Akon, huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Akon does a lot of different international music. I mean, even Indian music.
His next
Bhangra.
album is like 4 parts. I think it's like Euro dance, African music, the
Right.
regular, is I like the streets type
Right.
thing. It's like 4 parts, and you can buy them separately or together. It's unique.
Yeah.
And he's doing that power up.
Yeah, Lighting Africa.
That's the stuff you and Pat to do, and
Right.
it's so amazing. It really is. In closing, these are so fun. I wish you guys could just have the feeling I have right now. In closing, inspiration to women. What do you want to tell little girls, just 6-year-olds, before they get married, like the wedding missile?
It doesn't even matter. You don't have to, well, I guess with what you just said, you don't have to you don't have to do your career to find love. Sometimes I will say that finding that love is finding a great balance that allows you to do those other things. They kind of tell you, like, go to school, do this stuff, and now you're stuck paying all your bills by yourself and this, that, and the third, and you're so independent and so smart that, it's like you could just live on your own, and then it's hard to grow out of that. So I definitely want to say that, and I don't want to be so cliche with whatever you want to do in life, you can do it.
Give
But
it to us.
just know that if you want to do something, you just have to, every single day that you work towards that, just something really small, and you just keep that in mind, you will find yourself actually getting there and getting those other things. So it's really not like about, even with money and things. When I was younger, I didn't have my parents taking me to all of the auditions and everything else and telling me like, my kid's gonna be a star. They loved me and they supported me, but they really couldn't do a lot of that stuff. But somehow, like, and I don't want to say somehow, by God and of course, just keeping it in my mind, like, this is what I wanted and this is what I wanted to do, I was able to knowingly and unknowingly build what I have now, and that's just really it. So I know that one straight path somewhere is not good. There's no such thing as just one straight path to here or there, unless you are a doctor. If you are a doctor or a lawyer, or you are going for something like that, I definitely, obviously, there you have to go to school and do something, but a lot of jobs now, it's kind of like you don't have to wait till you're 25 or you're grown and you're out of college. Start reading now, start studying, looking up things, ask questions. If your parents can't answer it for you, the internet is a wonderful thing. Even if you say to your parents, if they don't want you on the internet, ask them. Say, hey, look, I really want to do this. Can I please, do you mind standing next to me while we look on Google for some information about this or that, or let's get those books, because now it's time for us to take, our education and our influence into our own hands. Just with the social media, it's not the same age of where your parents were and you just get a job and it's just, life just happens that way, so just, you might as well start now. You can be an engineer, and if you're trying to get into the music industry, know that there's something else to do besides being a singer. There's so many other things that I've done and that I am learning even still now, that it's not just about, okay, can I rap or can I sing? There's so many things that you can do to be a part of that and to make a difference in the world without just having to be famous, because a lot of the people who are on TV are stuck in the TV, basically. They're kind of stuck there, and it's hard for them to do other things because they're trying to uphold themselves being famous. So, you just have to remember, there's a lot of information out here, and, just don't believe everything that you see on TV, and watch less TV.
I've asked that question a million times. That's the most original answer I've ever got.
It's a lot.
We gotta go.
So much to tell the kids.
I just drank a 32-ounce drink. You know what that might equate to? She wasn't barely sipping on your tea. You put the pinky out.
It's like this much done. Like I've already like sipped half of it before we even like. As soon as I sat down, I was like, oh.
Thank you so much. This is Urban Connection sitting with Miss Renee the G, the Empress. Oh my gosh, we cannot wait to see what she's got in store for us. What's going to happen? I'm just along for the ride. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Later.